Hello everyone, this will be the review of game Ancient Frontier Steel Shadows, and the key was provided by developer. This is a space opera to some extent, mostly tactical and strategical game where you manage a fleet and then fight on hexagonal grid. So the combat is turn-based. We have some micromanagement in between of combat, and it goes through over 80 missions or around 80 missions. There is 20 missions of campaign and 60 missions that you do between campaigns. So overall it's 80 missions. And I will show you one mission. This is my plan. I'm only going to show you one mission because the game is very long. Those fights take a long time, so I have to show you all the elements of the game. Let's start with just the options here. We have cutscenes. By the way, it's very loud. I don't know why it's so loud. Yeah, I have to go down with sound because I was actually playing it quite a lot. So let's leave it like this. Yeah, so when it comes to options, we have window mode, which kinda works. Bloom, I'm not sure why I have bloom, but let's leave it. Shields, again, I'm not sure if it's showing shields or what is this button really doing. Off. Only when you press. Yes, I'm kinda saving manually. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. Right. You cannot resave in the mission, so it has a very weird system of saving. It doesn't have normal save load. You have an option to play in Iron Man mode where you can lose ships. But if you play in the other mode, you can kind of load and go back to the situation from before the mission, but you can't really save in a mission. You cannot save in every moment within a combat, and you kind of can save on on your fleet screen, but you don't save to a file. It just makes like 4 autosaves. It's very weird, but well, at least you can play this in such a way that you can repeat missions. Alright, so I kind of went down with graphics. I have some anti-aliasing, but fast graphics. Alright, so let's go out of options. Help, what is help? Help is just information about how you move around. This is quite short. Lore, I think lore was about factions, but I have to check it. It's kind of slowly loading. Right now the game is not responding, for instance, but we have to go through it before we go to actual mission. I also want to show you how it works. Yeah, so you can read about different factions, like Federation, for instance. Generally, you are pirates in this game. You are the pirate faction, and this is a standalone game. I think the creators of this game also made a full game before with like 3 factions, but I'm not entirely sure how it works. For instance, here in this game there is something like Fleet Morale, and I never found it where it is. So maybe this is something that was in their main game, and this is just a standalone game. However, this game is very long. As I said, it's 80 missions. You will see how long one mission can take. So I already have, let's see, this is 75% of game and I have 16 hours. So this game should be around 20 hours long. I would say it's a very solid title. I was kind of about to finish, but then I would have to show you on last mission. And I want to avoid spoilers, so I'm only going to show you a generic randomly generated mission, which would be the random one. Let me just check the recording. Okay. Tutorial, I'm not gonna go for tutorial because I'm not even sure if I did it. The game is not that hard really. Of course I play on easy. The game is quite hard on easy, even on easy. Right, maybe we go with, what was it, lore? Cutscenes is just cutscenes. We have 6 cutscenes. Let's see how many I have. I'm not gonna play them, but I just wanna see. Okay, I have 3 and prologue. So it's kind of like half the way. Maybe I missed one of them. But I think I'm in 75% because I'm on mission 15. Lore we have seen, help we have seen. Thinking about one more thing. Okay, I have to tell you about one problem that I have with the game. Well, aside from the fact that it's kind of slow, it loads kind of slowly. So you have 5 slots, 5 main slots. If you go to a slot, you have those auto saves, those backup saves. So you can kind of use those to go to this situation from before the mission. I think it also auto saves if you fail, but I think you can load one previous save and this way avoid losing ships. So it kind of works, but I would prefer to just have normal save and load to a file at any moment in the mission and outside mission. I know it would make the game easier if you could load all the time within the mission, but well, first thing, you can always repeat the whole mission, right? It's kind of just annoying if you have to stop the game and walk away for whatever reason, because you can lose the progress in the mission, and you have those backup saves anyway. So yes, you could theoretically cheat and save every move, but aside from that, it would be much more convenient. And you can always play in Iron Man mode or just not use the save to get better rolls. It's up to you, right? Do you want to play fair or do you want to cheat? So I would actually prefer normal save files. This is quite weird. Okay, so I'm going to load the last one. Now, the biggest problem I have with this game is that if you want to use your ships, you have to pay with fuel. Every mission, you have to pay with fuel. You have 3 resources. One of them is fuel. So you cannot use your entire armada, but that's not really yet the problem. It is a problem to some extent because you can't really play with big armada. You have to use less amount of ships, so not having all that much fun. I'm actually using 12 ships right now, and I'm kinda always using them. I have barely enough fuel every mission. But if I had any more ships, that would be impossible. Yeah, fuel is the middle one, right? So I have kind of around exactly what I need to even deploy the fleet. And the other problem is that you can theoretically put items on your ships, but let's see this ship, right? It has 22 deployment. This is the price. So if you add items to the ship, it's gonna increase that amount. And if you add items to all your ships, you'll probably more than double the amount of cost. They will cost a lot. Like normally, all my armada is like 300 something fuel, so this is barely enough. If I add items to those ships, I would have to pay like 600 or more. So this kills kind of the game for me. This is like the biggest problem they have, because I kind of cannot use the items, and the items are really strong and very interesting. They make ships different. They make ships personalized. But if you use it, you will just run out of resources. It's just not well balanced, and this is on easy. If it's any worse on normal or hard, then it's really bad. You would have to either play with very few ships or just struggle a lot and pull all your resources into fuel, which would mean that you won't be able to spend much hydrium, which is like for building ships and also buying other stuff, and you would have to also pull resources from research. So in my opinion, this is not the best idea. Even the fact that you pay with fuel for just deploying ships is a bit problematic. But if you have to pay so much more for using items, it kind of makes all the items in the game completely unusable. Items are something like this, right? Primary weapon range +1, it will do less damage, but it will increase the energy deployment by 3 points already, right? If I take shield regeneration, 5 more. If I take this, 4 more. And of course, the better shields take less, but if I add those 3 items, this is already at least 12, right? So from 22 I would go to 34, and those are best possible ships, well, items. Those are superior and highest tier. If they are lower tier, they cost more. So when you're starting, you can simply double the cost of your entire fleet, and this is a big problem. But yeah, that's just one main issue that I have. I'm really struggling with deploying ships even without any items at all. I have no items right now. I use them for a couple of missions, but for like probably out of those 60 missions I played, I probably in more than 50 missions I didn't use a single item. Additionally, you can use crew, and crew evolves. Crew will evolve eventually and give you additional stats. Those are all the stats of the ship. You can read them here, I guess. Hopefully, yes, it should be visible. So you have hull, you have shields, you have initiative, dodge chance, critical defense, however it works. Critical chance, this is kind of working. Hit chance is high. Attack range, this is the distance you can shoot from, and damage. So using all those crew member who can level up, because this guy is level 11, he starts on level 1, you can make the ship better, and they don't cost any fuel. However, those guys are very expensive. Those 3 guys probably cost as much as the best ship in the game just to buy them, and then you have to also level them up while you play. So I just started using crewmen, but not using items at all, which is a bit of a waste, because I would really like to outfit every ship. Just the cost of those items would be a problem, and paying additionally for deployment completely kills those items for me. Yes, so this is my fleet. Generally, there's a lot of ship types. We'll go to it a little bit later. Items, yes, you can outfit them with items depending on what the ship, like if it's, where is it? I have one small ship. Pirate Rider? No, is that it? Yes. Yes, it's just fighter. So a fighter can also have 3 items, but it's very squishy, so I don't use fighters at all. Also, you cannot sell ships, so I just have it to have it, but I don't use it. It's just too squishy. Basically, you have fighters, then you have escorts. Those are better. Some of them are also specialized ships that you get doing additional missions in the game, or they are hero ships like this one, and you cannot lose them. So those are escort ships that are kinda in the middle, like middle class ships, and then you have big ships. Those are capital ships. They usually have more HP and they are more powerful. So basically 3 main classes of ships, capital, escort, and fighters, and then you have a couple of ships in the class. So overall there's many ship types. Okay, I guess that's it. Right, crew. So yeah, you can rename ship, but I just left them as they are. New quest. You can have quests that you can do while you do missions and kind of try to get additional resources, which is quite nice. If we do 2 more missions, we get this one done. If we buy 4 items, actually I might delete it because I probably won't be buying them. I could buy something cheap and make it, but whatever. 10 technologies, I should probably do it anyway. So we'll kind of do it anyway and then get some fuel. This is good, this is useful. Alright. Now, we can save like this, automatically. Now the game is not responding, it's saving. Now the game is saved, we have another save file, right? Research. You can research equipment, which basically unlocks tier 4 items on the market. So you start with tier 1, then you unlock tier 2, 3, 4, and you can already get all those items tier 4, or even find superior versions or broken versions of every tier. The problem is that those items are very, very costly. Then you have a special tree for every type of ship. So this is capital ships, this is steelclad, cruiser, infiltrator, raptor, ravager, carrier. I have one of each at least, so you will see all the capital ships in action. Escorts. I do not have ranger, but I do have smuggler and corsair. So 3 types of escorts and 3 types of fighters that I'm not using. There's interceptor, rider, and gunship. So overall you have 12 types of ships. I'm not sure those are everything, but well, that's all I know. I found 12 ships so far, 12 types of ships. And they have their specific versions that are rare and usually connected to one of the characters in the story. Now market allows us to buy ships. How many there are? Should be more by 1. There's 12. For some reason I don't see the one that I'm missing. Maybe I'm only using 11. Yes, I'm missing the one. There is 12 and I have 11 types. I don't have, well, I have actually less because I have only 1 fighter. So I have 8 types of ships, and especially I'm not using this 1 escort. So you can buy those here. As you can see, the most expensive ship is the carrier, at least what I found. So this guy costs 84 just to deploy. If I had 10 of them, I would pay 840 fuel, so that would be ridiculous. So you cannot have too many in your fleet. Then we have items. Yes, you can buy all those 3 materials, but you pay 75, you get 50, so you lose some. But if you're desperate, you can try to pool resources and get more of one resource. That's why I was thinking about getting more fuel. So you have this, and then you have all the items, tons and tons of items that go for every ship. So you can have like long barrel, you can have com array, coil capacitor, then you have specific thruster for escorts, for capital ships, and for fighters. Same for armor, same for shield, same for shield regeneration, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of that. Some items even give you special power, like additional torpedoes to use. So those are items. This is fleet, and crew is, well, you buy those crew member. But as you can see, if you want, let's say, medical officer, he costs 700 of this, 300 of those. So over 1.3 thousand resources overall. So he's very costly. Like 3 of them or 4 of them is like more than a carrier. But I'm using them because they don't cost you any deployment and they evolve while you play. Alright, so I'm going now to play a mission. This is my fleet, right? So this is just my fleet. I could do stuff here. I could outfit them with some of this or change crew members. Those are all pilots for fighters, so I'm not using them. And you can only have 1 pilot per fighter. Like this fighter is already has a pilot, so I think she evolved. Let's see, 5, 4, 10, 1, 5, 4, 7, 1. Right, so when she levels up, she gets more initiative. But I'm not using them. As I said, they are very squishy. So, crew member for other ships, like this one has full crew, 2 guys, 1 guy, 3 guys, 3 guys, 2 guys. And those 2 probably have nothing. Yeah, because they are, as I said, they are very costly. So we'll do 1 mission now. I think they changed. No, they didn't. We will try to get fuel because fuel is very problematic. So now we will play 1 mission, which is just generating out of 3. Out of 3. No, you can do 3 after every story mission. It's not out of 3, it's out of all of them. There's many types of missions, and you can also play simulator. Simulator, you get only experience, and you don't risk your ships. But I always want resources. Mostly, I want fuel because I kinda have Hydrium, and you can get research by using specific skill. There is a specific skill for ships that can use research. It would be nice to have also skills to get others, other 2 types of resources, but the only one you can get while you play is the research. So we kinda get research anyway. We kinda always have more needed Hydrium. Fuel is a problem, so we'll try to get fuel. And this is the type of enemy. We'll fight Alliance anyway, and this is the main mission. But if we go there, we lose the opportunity to do 3 missions and evolve. And we need to evolve to win. As I said, the game is quite hard, and this is on easy. So let's go for this mission. It should just start. I hope it just starts. Okay, so I always deploy all. I remove the fighter. Always check here if this is the right ship because they are quite similar. Reserve. Okay. And now this is the cost. 334, that's with no items. So a full fleet like this, of course it's not exactly full fleet. I could have bigger one. I guess. I'm not sure what's the cap for the fleet, but I probably could have like 3 more ships or more. And that's the cost. So this is high cost. I lose all my fuel. Right, let's start the mission. And basically the game is just turn-based on hexes, hexagonal grid. So it's kind of like Civilization, to be honest, or Age of Wonders, but it's in space. Okay, so this is our fleet. The carrier always spawns 3 fighters. Aside from that, we just have our 12 ships. So let's first look at the situation. What do we have to do? We have to collect 15 energy resources. Okay, there's 15 enemy targets. We already see one. We can check them here. Like what is it? Well, it's Odin. It's a ranger. Oh, this is the ranger I was interested in. Apparently he has very little powers, like no powers, only autocannons. It's like a rickety ship. And this is what? It's good. I don't see the alien. They can always have aliens with them. But this situation, we just have the alliance ships and they're quite weak. Alright, so I have to now collect those proto-energy containers. I'm just checking one more recording. Should be okay. Alright, so on the left we have our powers I can use. We can use 3 powers or 3 shots and 4 moves. The blue ones are moves and the red ones are powers or shots. What is it? It's information about our ship, not that important. Okay, those are our resources. Then we have what? We can resource toggle. Yeah, it's just showing those. Okay, objective toggle. Right, it's telling us exactly what we need to do. Retreat, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not entirely sure how it works. To lose ships, to lose the chance to do a mission. I always do all the missions, so I'm not gonna risk. I'm just gonna repeat missions until I can do them. So let's just attack. I'm going to fly closer, hack, so I can get some data, and I'm gonna shoot it. And this is my chance. So this is just turn-based attacks, 2 attacks, and I will hide behind the well, what is it? Asteroid cluster. Okay, so I'm gonna hide behind it and move to next ship. Right, so this is very similar ship. I think it's the same, but the other one is unique. So I'm going to. Oh, I shouldn't do it because now this one can explode. If we are close, it can explode. It explodes in the radius of 2. So this is actually risky. I'm not sure if I will survive it. If I won't, I will have to restart because I messed up a bit. Right. I will try to move left and destroy the enemy ships. Yeah, Sherwood Wing. I think I flew in this. I'm gonna generate shields now. Okay. Let's move everything there. They might use area of effect powers, which generally can do damage to our ship, but maybe we survive. I'm not sure. I think we have like, yeah, we have 85 shields, so we should survive it. I'm not sure how much damage it does, but we have to be very careful. Now, there's also a problem. When you kind of misclick, you can easily misclick the radar. It happened to me, so generally speaking, this game needs some feedback when it comes to bugs. There is some bugs, there's some annoying situations. I kind of switched off the pretty much everything that I had running, so now it's running better. But overall, the game is not running or loading very well. Okay, I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna use this, maybe move there, use this power. It should break their engine so they can't move. I'm not sure how it exactly works. Yeah, it kind of works faster when I switch off some stuff. Apparently this game doesn't like when anything is running in there. This is a very powerful ship that I have. So I'm gonna try to use it here. I want to take some risk away from my ship that is near the mines, which I messed up. Okay, we destroyed 2 of them. That's very, very good. We're lucky. And can we use this? No, it's too far. Everything is too far, which is good because maybe they won't get to us. I'm gonna use this. This is gonna give us better targeting and better dodge for 2 or 3 rounds. I'm gonna use it. This is our carrier. Let's move it here because it will be in safe distance from the mine, and I'm gonna do this. Sometimes the checking of hexes is also part of mission, but in this case it isn't. I don't know why I don't see it. Yeah. Oh, okay. It could be big or small. Let's leave it like this, maybe. Alright, so I'm gonna also upgrade targeting. We could use this, but everything is too far. I could detonate it, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna leave it. Alright, now they are attacking. Good. They will shoot, and our shield should be okay. I very much like those ships. Those are steel clads. Kind of like artillery, like long range artillery. They're very useful. I bought 2 of them. Kind of like them. Alright, again, more data. And we're moving forward. I'm going to scout a bit, just in case. Alright, see now some problem with clicking, it didn't register every time. And okay, targeting as well. And what is it? This is, oh, it's one of the two. The capital ships are not the best, but I bought them just to test them, so I'm kinda using them as well. Oh, let's leave them. Alright, I'm gonna also upgrade their power, so next round they will be stronger. This is kinda like an old cruiser, not that good as the rare one. It's very slow, but it can attack 3 times or even 4. I'm going to detonate those clusters. Now the enemy won't be having any protection from the asteroid clusters. I can shoot it easier. And I would also upgrade the power of engines, losing 1 shot. Moving it here, and let's destroy it. Okay, so we killed 3 enemy ships, and that's their round, sort of. But there's also initiative, so they shouldn't all aggro on us instantly. They might to some extent. Alright, so they are shooting at our very powerful ship, so we should survive it. Probably they are not yet aggroed. Maybe some of them are, but oh, this is bad. Jesus Christ, we lost everything. That was bad. Alright. I'm not sure if our ship will survive this. We can lose the fighters, but we can lose this one. I think he detonated the mine with EMP. Yeah. Oh my god, we're gonna lose it. Or not. Maybe we won't. But this is bad. I would have to actually restart because I can't really afford to lose a ship. We messed up. Something was too close to mines. Those mines are a problem. As I said, this is a hard game. Really. We're dead. No, we are not. Okay, we lost the fighters. That's okay. How to do it now? I think this is our Heartless. Yes, we should just take it away from here. Let's attack anything. Alright. Let's try to finish off at least one of them. Alright. Okay, we have to now take care of other ships. There's no way to do anything. We cannot pick what we move first. They have to move by initiative. So let's finish this guy. Alright, he's dead. And I could use the missiles, but I don't want to. Yeah, it's gonna be a longer video because I have to show you pretty much the entire how to call it, the entire game mechanic. I'm gonna use additional shields on everything. Maybe move it there. Okay. Right, now we have one more ship that's kinda wounded. Maybe we can finish off this guy. Yeah, we can't. So we have to load it. We have to shoot at this guy. And then we'll just escape, I guess. Maybe we will survive it. I'm not sure what's the big ship on the top. Like this one. Oasis. This is like a big one. Alright, let's shoot at this one. I would now escape if I can. Let's just escape. Well, they can attack the cluster of our ships, so I would go there. And maybe one more behind those. Is it safe? Yes, should be safe. So we're very wounded. And now this is one of the weaker ships. I'm gonna go here, finish off this guy. Now we'll move forward and try to kill this one. At least one less. Alright. Now we have to use this guy. Well, I would have to actually go to the other side because they did what they could. And now they're being wasted here. Okay, I'm gonna go there, maybe. I have to go 2 to the left. Should be enough here. And then, no, too far. But I can use, no I can't, damn it, stop. Alright, he can just stay there as a, well, as a decoy, hopefully. If they focus on us, we're dead. They're dead big time. Alright, I'm gonna do this. Because we can't really destroy capital ship with just fighters, but maybe they will focus on them. Yes, another big one. Right. Direct fire? No, it's just using missiles. It's not so bad. This is our carrier. It's rather robust, so I'm gonna try to take down shields on this ship and start shooting. It's not exactly the best ship to use it, but he can do at least some damage. Right, so what he's going to do? It's not the worst, actually. We can take it. Alright, this one detonated, but it wasn't the worst. I'm going to use all I have on this one. This is 4 shots. We should be doing some damage. Maybe hide now. And those guys, they probably won't make it. But it doesn't matter. We're gonna lose them anyway. Those are just one-time use every mission, so doesn't matter. Of course, a missile. No, not really. Can we survive with our carrier? I hope we can. Yeah. What do I want to do? I would actually go. Maybe we go with every. No, maybe not with everything. I'm gonna take those gunboats, whatever they're called. Maybe closer. I can't use them yet. Yeah, this is the very slow ship that I want to use, but I can't because it's too far from the enemy. And what next? I have to check what we are losing, because I don't want to lose any ships for good. Right. We have one wounded ship again. So I have to take it away from here. 9 enemy ships. Alright, so this one is okay. I would attack with this one. Hopefully. Maybe we can hide here and attack this one. Doesn't work too well. Automatic cannon maybe. Kinda works, barely. Yes, this one can do some damage here. I hope. This is clearly a weaker ship. So we can do it, I guess. Or almost. Almost, but we can maybe finish him off with something else. Let's go here. He's wounded, but we can reset shields and do the damage. That wasn't the worst. If I go there, no, I cannot shoot anymore. I'm gonna just put it here as a decoy. Now we regain shields and Sherwood. Yeah, I don't know why I have only 2 shots. Ah, because we regain shield, right? So I have only 2. I'm gonna attack from here. Like full attack, full scale attack. Not sure why it's different animation, but it is different. Let's stay here maybe. Okay, let's stay here. Now, this is what? This is pretty good ship, but what am I going to attack? I'm going to charge and attack the other one. Because I want to actually finish at least one guy. So we'll have only one ship attacking us directly, and this is useful. Okay. 2 attacks. And now our wounded ship could theoretically come back to battle. I will actually. I will risk it maybe. Can I bomb it? Yeah, I kinda can. Like this. And maybe more into this. So I could theoretically come back to combat next round. And this one has to go full scale left. So let's do it. Oh, now I see it's not really responding when I'm clicking. Maybe it's because of the angle. Maybe that's the wrong angle and it's not really seeing everything. Okay, it has to stay like this. I don't have the I don't have the range. What's this one? Oh, actually this one has 3 attacks. So I'm going to try to finish off this other one. I want to have only one enemy ship shooting at us. Okay, he's wounded. Not dead, but wounded. We can collect this one. Maybe it's not the best idea because there is a mine could be detonated. What they are going to do now? Missiles. Alright, we're kinda barely taking it. Oh my god, that was bad. Alright, I'm going to try to attack with fighters. If I mess it up, I will just probably stop there, because I won't be replaying the whole mission. You have to pretty much do it without losing one ship, so that's problematic. Not sure if I can save the last one. Okay. They attacked their own. Oh my god, we lost the ship. Okay. Alright guys, so I'm stopping here. Now I will try to do it like this. If you go back to menu, I think now they are lost. No, they are not lost. If I go back completely from here, I'm not sure if it saves the situation from before. It's showing the actual time, but I think it says before it. I should still have the resources and 3 missions to do. Yeah, so this is how I reset, sort of. I would like to normally have a save, which I don't. So this is a bit of a problem. So I messed up because I lost the ship, right? Yeah, I still have my fuel, alright, so I can replay the mission, and we have 3 missions, right? So I'm gonna replay it now. Alright guys, so this is the game. As you can see, it's hard, even on 3 stars. You can also have 4 or 5 even. I had one mission I couldn't do with 5, and it was kinda like this one for one more ship, but it was just too hard for me. So I made it to mission 15. This is 75% of the game. I'm 16 hours in. I'm gonna maybe stop here, or maybe show the star map, and I will just sum up. Alright. So I can recommend the game, definitely. It needs some feedback. It needs some help with well, not customization, with optimization of how the game works and how it loads. It has very annoying system of fuel, which is kind of killing the entire inventory system, or just making it super hard. The game is hard even on easy, but I would say it's very playable. I actually played 60 missions, guys, and you can see how long it takes. It was 20 minutes and I didn't even finish. So probably half an hour per mission, even maybe longer. So yeah, it should be like 30 hours and I played 16, so probably some missions are shorter. But yeah, it does take like probably 15 minutes per mission or something like that, at least, especially the first ones. So that's a lot of gameplay. That's over 20 hours for just one campaign. Is it replayable? Well, you could have a different fleet. You could have a different composition of fleet and use different gear. But aside from that, it would be still the same 20 story missions and just random missions in between. I'm not sure if I will replay it. I would probably just want to see a couple of ships in action, maybe buy like this ranger boat or some fighters, but aside from that, not really. The negative side, mostly it's the problem with inventory and fuel costs. Plus, it kind of runs slowly, especially when you have something running in the background. And probably some small stuff, like sometimes you cannot click the hex properly, or you kind of alt tabbing from game to something else, because I'm recording in window now. I'm kind of playing this in window, and you can kind of sometimes misclick and activate your radar somewhere weird, or detonate your power somewhere if you're not clicking very carefully, if you're not exactly in the game or on full screen. Small problems, but very small actually. How many points? Guys, this is a solid 8. I really like this game. I wanna finish it. I'm very happy that I got it. I'm also instantly interested in their first game, where you have like 3 factions, maybe. I'm not sure how it works, but if it's actually 3 factions and a big campaign, I would probably play it. I would like to play it. The game is not cheap. I wouldn't say it's cheap, so I would say grab it on sale, as I mostly say. But in this case, yeah, it's quite expensive for a top-down, grid-based, turn-based game. I don't think those should cost much. Like, this is something like Age of Wonders, but in space. And it's kind of overpriced, I would say. But at the same time, it's a very solid game. It's a solid 20 hours of gameplay. So if you like this genre, or if you never played anything like it, but you would like to try, probably would have to buy the main game first, but well, I had no contact with that, so I don't know how good it is. You can even grab this one because it's a very solid standalone game, a bit overpriced, but for this genre, for turn-based strategy or tactical game, there is many of games like that. They are usually just happening on a planet, not in space. They're just on some environment. Like pretty much all Civilization games work like this, on hexagonal grids, and they are turn-based. So this is not anything new. It's very old actually. Even Fantasy General or Panzer General were very similar games, and they are like 20 years old. But this game is doing it very well. I would say that the combat is interesting. You really have to prioritize targets and use all those powers and try to optimize your crew or even use items if you can in any way afford it. I couldn't really because I have to rely on crew, but maybe if I take a smaller fleet and use specific items I could maybe pull it off, but yeah, for me it was just problematic. I personally really like it. I really like the gameplay, and it's very important that the game has this whole customization level in between missions. It's very much helping. You can upgrade every ship on multiple levels. It levels up itself. It can be outfitted with equipment, and you have to choose which equipment. You have to buy specific ships and take them to battle, so the entire composition of your fleet can change. Your crew can change depending who you take and how much they are leveled. You can also choose whether or not you want to do experience missions or resources missions. So you have either more experience or probably more resources. You can also play in this Iron Man mode. When you lose a ship, it's lost, and well, you just lost one chance to do a mission, or you will do it, but you will lose a ship, and then you have to rebuy it, and it won't be leveled. So it's gonna be like a roguelike to some extent. And what else do we have in customization? I think it's just ships, items, and crew member, but it all adds up very nicely. Like you start with a rickety ship at level 1, it has no crew and no items, and then you start buying different classes and leveling your main ships that you always take with yourself, and then you start getting crew members, and they kind of change how the ship behaves, and then you unlock the powers of ships in the research main. Yes, there's also research. So many layers, like on an onion. It's not just you have a group of units and win with them and that's it. You have a very highly customizable fleet that really feels like they are your ships. If you lose them, it hurts. If you want to use them, you want to use them with knowing what they can do, because you learn what they can do after 60 missions, right? You know, okay, this one is hard, is fast, this one is strong, this one can shoot 4 times, this one has rockets, this one has ion cannons, and so on and so forth. So you get attached to your ship and to your crew, well, somewhat to your crew because they're kind of generic, but you kind of get attached to specific rare ships, and also to just the ships you buy. If you have like 4 ironclads or steelclads, whatever they are called, I have 2. If you had 4, you would probably just be attached to them. You'll be like, oh, they are the bulk of my fleet, I'm gonna use them this particular way, in this particular direction. And it's kind of feels like it's your fleet. It's not like some generic mass of units that you get and deal with it. You can customize them very highly. You can even rename them, you can outfit them, you can level them up and stuff like that. You can give them specific crew members to have specific features like higher shields or hull regeneration or anything else, or more firepower or more accuracy or better crits. And it changes the way it all behaves. Those small numbers are taken into consideration when you shoot, when you crit or not, when you get shot at, whether you can move around faster or slower. Everything is important in this game. You have to really micromanage it. You have to really think about every move. As you have seen, I made some mistakes. I went too close to mines. I lost a ship. I almost lost another ship, so that wasn't the best mission, but you have to really think about it. It really makes you think, it really makes you strategize, and it's a blast really to go through all those missions and to eventually maybe win. I didn't win yet, but I'm trying. As I said, 60 missions in and I am liking it. So guys, that was Ancient Frontier Steel Shadows. I give it full recommendation. I really like it as a game, specifically in this genre, which is not exactly the main genre that I play. I did play some of those games in the past, but I'm not very crazy about them. And this one is done really well. It's really something like Age of Wonders or some Civilization games or other games that use that grid that are really well done. And it's not just ships in the space. There is a lot of customization and micromanagement that will personalize them, and that's very important. There is actually layers to this game. It's not simple, it's not easy. It's easy to learn, but it's very hard to master. It's very challenging at the end, and also very satisfying. The graphics are okay, I would say. They're not the best, but well, in those games you don't really need um, everything to look super awesome. You're always just looking from top-down perspective, mainly on where your ships are situated. You only see a small ships. Yeah, I know you can zoom, but usually you just pretty much move tokens around the map and well, go from round to round. So those games don't need crazy graphics, but it could run faster, definitely. So there is some flaws, but overall it's a full recommendation. Grab it on sale and you should be satisfied, unless you completely hate this particular genre, this particular type of games. Then you probably won't like it because, well, it is a grid-based tactical strategy game with micromanagement and resources management, and well, it is what it is. It's doing it really well. It's really been years since I played a game like this good. Probably the last similar game was Age of Wonders, which I kind of liked. It was also grid-based, but it's more like Civilization. I don't really recall many games like this, especially in space. I played many space games, but they were not really grid-based. So very good implementation of a very well-known system, very solid and a high amount of levels, and 75% of the game is even randomly generated. So we have different missions in between of those story missions. And yeah, that would be it, I guess. So Ancient Frontier, Steel Shadows, 8 out of 10, full recommendation, grab it on sale. And I will see you guys in the next review.